Hiya! I thought I'd do a really quick video just on my eyebrows. Yesterday, as I said in my previous video, I passed my skills test for teaching in English, so I thought I'd treat myself to my new MAC pencil. So it comes in this little box like this, and I thought I'd just let you know that my colour is the colour Lingering, because last time I couldn't tell you because I rubbed it off. So it comes in this pencil, and you can twist the bottom to release the pencil. So like I said in my first video, I think this is a really lovely product, as you don't need a sharpener and it's just a really nice colour. So what I thought I'd do quickly before I go out is do my eyebrows for you. I've already done the rest of my makeup, so I'll quickly do my eyebrows and then I won't speed it up, just because I think sometimes eyebrow tutorials, if the process is sped up, you don't really get a real feel of how people actually do their eyebrows. So I thought I'll try really hard to do them as quick as I can. So like I would do with the wax and the powder, I start off with the pencil and just create like a shape of my eyebrow. So I'm trying to keep looking at the camera whilst looking in the mirror, but I'll try my hardest to show you. So what I would normally do is start off and just do small feathery strokes underneath the brow. Just to create that under the eyebrow line. Then over the top, create the top edge of the eyebrow, and then connecting it all to this end point on the eyebrow. So that's like that. So then I'm just going to softly fill in the brow. I think sometimes I especially can press too hard with my pencil, and I look in the mirror afterwards and I think, oh, scary eyebrows. So I'd recommend just soft brush-like strokes onto the brow. I think because if you press too hard as well, sometimes the hair can actually come out, so just to be careful of that as well. Then what I would normally do is just make sure it's the right shape that I like, and then try to create like a shape at the front. So I usually go for quite a curved shape, then just lightly start to fill it in. So brushing to the way of the hair, not going against it, and you can see that it's now got quite a nice defined shape. Now is the tricky part. Now's the part of trying to get this one to match this one. I find with my brows that this eyebrow is slightly higher, so I always try to bring it down with the pencil. There's not much of this actual eyebrow either, so I've got more to work with to like add on to it. So I do exactly the same technique again, just running the pencil along the lower edge of the brow. So like I said, you do not need a sharpener. So if you find that the pencil isn't as sharp anymore, you just twist it at the bottom and you've got that really nice sharp edge to work with. Also sometimes if you use one side, I don't know if you can see it properly, but it creates a really nice angle from the other side. So once you've used up one side, you can spin it round and use the other defined point. So I'm going to go back and use the defined point that's been created after I've done that bottom of the brow, and just try really hard to match it up at the top. So just going over the top of the brow, and again connecting it back down to that end point. So just judging them and then trying to create that middle bit as well. So like I said, I like quite a circular shape, so I'll just fill that in as much as it needs. Light feathery strokes. I tend to press a bit harder on this eyebrow only because there's less hair, so there is a bigger gap that needs to be filled, so I do press a bit harder, but I wouldn't recommend it if you've got a lot of hair there. It doesn't need it. The thing is, I could sit and play around with my eyebrows all day. I come away from getting ready and I look in another mirror or I look in my phone and they look completely different. So I think it's just really working with them, trying to make them as even as you can, and then topping them up if they need it, if you feel they're different. So I'm just filling it back round. And then if I think one is slightly bigger than the other one, I'll go and fill that one in or take away from the other one. I think for now that'll do. They both got a similar shape in the middle here, and then they kind of both end, well, your eyebrow should end level with the corner of your eye. Another point I would definitely say is I see some people, and I know my eyebrows aren't perfect and they're not for everyone either, but I see some girls and their eyebrows start in here, and I think there's meant to be a gap. The gap is meant to, so if you hold it up to the corner of your eye there, so I'm looking at the screen as well, it should line up. It shouldn't come any further in. It's not natural. I know these don't look natural, but that's just where your eyebrows should start. So, and then people say that you run it through your pupil or something and that gets the arch. I kind of think your eyebrows are going to arch wherever they naturally arch. Don't try and force an arch. Also, if you don't have arches in your eyebrows, and even with plucking them and getting them waxed or anything doesn't help, don't force an arch. You need kind of a natural line. I wouldn't go too pointy. So yeah, so I'm quite happy with these at the moment. The next step that I would do once I've sharpened it is to use the highbrow, because it just gives that really nice glowing highlighted effect under the brows, and I think that just really makes them stand out as well. So like I said, I absolutely love this pencil. I think it's so delicate on your brows and it's such a lovely colour. So this is the colour Lingering. I paid, I think it was about £13 for this yesterday. I don't know, I think if you're not fussed on your brows, I wouldn't spend this on eyebrows. I would go for like a palette or something a bit easier to work with. But I find this, I personally just love it, and I'm happy to spend the money because I think it's worth it, because I spend a lot of time on my eyebrows and I'm happy to spend a bit more money on them just because I want to make them look as perfect as I can. So I'm going to do another video today, hopefully, on some other things that I got from my mum. She bought me as a present for passing my exam, and I'll explain it all in that video. But hopefully that one will go up first, so then it will make sense in this one. So thank you so much for watching and subscribing. If you like my video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.